You know that specific kind of dread? It usually hits on a Sunday evening or maybe like the 28th of the month.
Oh, I know it.
You're sitting on the couch, you've had a decent weekend, and you decide to open your banking app. The little circle spins, and then you see the number, and you just stare at it.
The math isn't mathing stare.
Exactly. You do that mental rewind. Wait, I didn't go on some luxury vacation.
No.
I didn't buy a sports car. I bought, what, coffee, groceries, gas, a few dinners? Where did it all go?
It feels like a slow leak in the bucket, but you can't find the hole. And it's a universal feeling. It's that gap between I worked so hard and I have nothing to show for it.
And that leads to the 3 a.m. panic, right? Do I even earn enough to save?
Or am I just going to spin my wheels forever?
That is the question we are tackling today. We're doing a deep dive into a classic financial framework, looking at a source that claims you can stop that panic loop with just, well, 3 simple steps. We're talking about the 50-30-20 budgeting rule.
And what I really like about this particular take is how it just cuts through all the noise. I mean, so often, financial advice feels like you need a PhD in economics.
Or a spreadsheet that looks like something from NASA.
Exactly. This source kind of flips that. It suggests the problem usually isn't the amount of money coming in, it's the lack of a system for how it goes out.
It's about taking back control.
It is, moving from being passive with your money to being active.
So the promise here is that we can fix this without needing a calculator for everything.
No calculus, just simple division, and honestly, a little bit of psychology.
I can handle division. So let's lay the foundation, the 50-30-20 rule. What are we actually looking at?
Think of it as 3 buckets. The rule says you should divide your net income into these 3 percentages. And we have to stop on that word for a second. Net.
Right. That's the money that actually hits your account, after taxes and everything else is taken out.
Precisely. It's your spendable reality, not the big number on your offer letter. Our source uses a really specific example, an individual taking home RM2,000 a month.
Okay, RM2,000. Now, I know some of our listeners are making more, some less. Does the whole thing fall apart if that number changes?
Not at all. And that's the beauty of it. It's about the percentages, the ratios. So whether it's RM2,000 or RM20,000, the structure holds.
Okay.
The system works because it acknowledges a basic truth. You have to spend money to live. It's not about deprivation.
Right. It's not the live in a cave and eat berries plan.
Which, by the way, never works. You just end up rebelling and buying something expensive.
Yeah.
This is about building sustainable balance.
Okay, let's fill these buckets then. The first one is the biggest, 50%. The source calls this monthly needs.
This is your non-negotiable bucket. Half your income, so 50%, is strictly for survival and for your legal obligations.
So using that RM2000 example, we're talking about RM1000.
Exactly. RM1,000 for this bucket.
Now, I have to play devil's advocate here because the word need is so slippery. I feel like I need my morning coffee. I feel like I need to order takeout when I'm tired. Where does the source draw the line?
And that's where most budgets fail. It's when our wants start dressing up as needs. The source is very, very strict here. We are talking about pure survival.
Okay, let's run down the list from the source. First step, rent or mortgage.
A roof over your head, can't argue with that. It's the absolute base of the hierarchy.
Next, utilities, so water and electricity.
Basic functionality. You can't live in the dark.
Groceries and food.
And notice it says groceries, not dining out.
Ah,
This is about sustenance, buying food and actually cooking it,
okay. Transportation is on the list.
which is purely about getting to work. Gas for the car, public transit fare. It's an investment in your ability to earn an income.
And the last one, and I think this is where people get tripped up, is debt and credit card bills.
This is so crucial. A lot of people see debt as something else, maybe even savings, but the source classifies the minimum payments as a need
Why is that?
because they're legal obligations. If you don't pay them, your financial life gets exponentially harder.
Your credit score gets wrecked.
Wrecked. You have to deal with the past before you can build the future. So that minimum payment, it's as important as your rent. It's not optional.
Okay, so that list, rent, utilities, food, transport, debt, that RM1000 gets eaten up so fast.
It really does. And this is where the rule becomes a diagnostic tool. If you sit down and your bare bones survival costs are, say, 70% of your income,
Then you've got a problem.
you've got a structural problem. Either your costs are too high for your income or your income is too low for your costs. The rule just forces you to see it.
It's a reality check. Okay, but let's say we've made it work. We're at 50%, we have a roof, lights are on. Now for the fun part. Bucket number 2. The 30%.
The wants bucket.
This feels kind of generous. 30% on just stuff you enjoy. For our example, that's RM600. Why so much?
It all comes down to psychology. It's about sustainability. Think about a crash diet.
Right.
If you cut out every single thing you enjoy, what happens after 2 weeks?
You binge. You find yourself in the pantry at midnight eating chocolate chips from the bag.
Exactly. Financial crash diets are the same. If you budget zero for fun, you will burn out. You will rebel. This 30% bucket is a psychological safety valve.
A safety valve, I like that. It prevents financial burnout.
It lets you be human. It acknowledges that life is for living, not just surviving.
So let's see what the source counts as wants. They have a fun list. First, movies, then Lipak sessions.
Right, for our global listeners, Lipak is a Malaysian term. It means hanging out with friends, chilling at a cafe.
Just social time, which is essential, but it's a want. Then we have subscriptions, Netflix, Spotify, gaming.
All those little monthly charges, they belong here. It's entertainment, not survival.
Vacations, electronic gadgets, and here's one that made me pause, high-speed internet.
Yes, that one.
Because I think most of us would say internet is a need now. It's a utility.
It is, but the source makes a subtle distinction. It says high-speed internet is a want.
What's the logic there?
Basic internet to pay your bills and check email. That's a need. But are you paying a premium for the gigabit fiber so you can stream in 4K with no lag?
Ah, I see.
That's a luxury. The extra cost for the premium speed, that part is a want.
That's a tough pill to swallow, but I get it. And finally, the list includes the classic, Baba teas.
The ultimate symbol of modern discretionary spending.
But the point here is you have RM600, you can have the Baba tea, you can have Netflix, you just can't have all of it all the time.
That is the key. It's not a free-for-all, it's a capped allowance. It forces you to prioritize your joy.
You have to choose what's actually important to you.
Exactly. It stops mindless spending. You're not depriving yourself, you're curating your life.
Okay, so we've survived with 50%, we've had some fun with 30%, we have 20% left. Bucket number 3, savings.
And this is where you move from surviving to actually building wealth.
Yeah.
20% of your income. In our example, that's RM400 a month. Every single month.
And this bucket comes with a golden rule, a phrase we hear all the time. Pay yourself first.
It is the single most important habit in personal finance.
What does that actually mean in practice? Because, I usually pay my landlord, the electric company, Netflix,
Yeah.
and then I save what's left.
Which is usually nothing, right? Or just pocket change.
Exactly.
Pay yourself first. Flips that completely. It means before you pay the rent, before you buy the groceries, you move that RM400 into a separate savings account.
So you treat your future self as the most important bill you have to pay.
You are your own primary creditor.
Okay.
Yes. If you wait to save what's left after spending, you'll never save. Spending just expands to fill the money available.
So you take the savings out first, and you force your lifestyle to fit what's left.
Precisely.
So where does this RM400 go? The source mentions 2 main places.
Right. The first destination is your emergency fund.
The Life Went Sideways Fund.
The car broke down or the I lost my job fund.
Yeah.
You want 3 to 6 months of living expenses in cash. It's your financial shield.
And once that shield is built up,
Then the money starts going to the second destination, investments. This is where your money starts working for you. The source lists things like gold, stocks, and real estate.
can we just clarify the difference? Why isn't just saving enough?
Because saving is about safety, it's parking your money. Investing is about growth. Cash in a drawer loses value over time because of inflation.
Things get more expensive.
Exactly. Assets like stocks or property historically grow faster than inflation. That 20% bucket is your ticket out of the rat race.
Okay, 50, 30, 20. It sounds so neat and tidy, but life is messy. What happens if my rent goes up or I have a medical bill and my needs are suddenly 60%? Does the system just break?
Great question. And no, it doesn't break. The source is clear that this isn't a hard and fast rule. It's a guideline.
So it's flexible.
It has to be. So if your needs jump to 60% one month, you have to find that extra 10% from somewhere.
I'm guessing you pull it from the wants bucket first.
Always. You cut the movies, you cut the Baba tea.
Yeah.
You sacrifice the fun to protect your survival.
And if that's still not enough,
As a last resort, and only as a last resort, you dip into savings. But the goal is always to get back to that 50-30-20 balance as soon as you can.
what about the opposite? What if my needs are low or I just had a quiet month, I have money left over?
The surplus scenario. This is the ultimate test. The temptation is to see that as bonus money and go buy a new gadget.
Treat yourself, right?
Wrong. The source is adamant here. Any surplus goes straight into savings.
So you don't immediately upgrade your lifestyle.
No. You upgrade your net worth, you accelerate your goals. If you can live on less than 80%, you are winning. Reward yourself by saving it and getting ahead.
That's a huge mindset shift. It's about avoiding that lifestyle creep.
Lifestyle creep is the enemy of wealth.
Okay, so we have the math, we have the philosophy, but I know myself. I'll get busy, I'll forget to transfer the money, or I'll see that RM400 in my account and think, oh, I can afford that.
You're describing the willpower trap. Relying on willpower is a losing game. Our brains are wired for instant gratification.
So how do we beat our own brains?
Automation. The source puts a huge emphasis on this. You have to remove yourself, remove your brain from the process.
How do you do that practically?
You use the tools your bank already gives you. Set up an automated transfer the day your paycheck lands. Set it so the bank automatically moves your 20% into a separate savings account.
So you never even see it in your main account.
You never see it, you don't miss it. The source even says you can split your direct deposit. The point is, it's gone before you can touch it.
The source lists 3 specific benefits to this. Number 1, never have to worry about remembering to save.
It just happens, like breathing.
Yeah.
You've made the decision once, and the system takes over.
Benefit 2, reduce the temptation to spend the money.
Out of sight, out of mind. If that money is mixed in with your spending money, you will spend it. If it's in a totally separate account, it's safe from your own impulses.
And benefit 3, can relax and watch savings automatically grow.
And that's the best part. Checking that account in 6 months and seeing a number that grew without you stressing over it, it changes how you see yourself. You become someone who is good with money.
It really seems like the system is more important than the willpower.
Always. A good system will beat willpower every single time.
Okay, let's bring this all home. We've unpacked the 50-30-20 rule.
To recap, 50% for needs, just survival, 30% for wants, the fun stuff, and 20% for savings, paying yourself first.
And remember, it's a guideline. Be flexible. If life gets expensive, trim the wants. If you have extra, boost the savings.
And please, automate it. Make the robots do the work for you.
The call to action here is pretty clear. Stop wondering where your money went. Take 1 hour this week, figure out your numbers, and set up those transfers.
It's about moving from anxiety to clarity. You don't need to be an expert, you just need to set up the system once.
Before we go, I want to leave you with one last thought on pay yourself first. Think about what that really means. Most of us, we spend first. We pay the landlord, we pay the grocer, the streaming service, and we keep whatever is left.
We prioritize everyone else's business over our own.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're making everyone else rich first. When you flip the script, when you take that 20% off the top for yourself, you are making a statement that you are the most important bill in your life.
It's a fundamental shift in priority.
So maybe the real question is, by prioritizing that 20% before anything else, aren't you finally telling your money where to go instead of just wondering where it went?
A shift that changes everything.
Thanks for diving in with us. Now go set up those transfers.
See you next time.